Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Hoyman Tree Saws, Muddy Outdoors, Nikon, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, Rocket Broadheads, RTP Outdoors, Trophy Rock, Spot Hog Releases, Wilderness Athlete, Viking Solutions, and Realtree.
Hey guys, it is the evening of October 26th, and I'm back in this Ponderosa Palace, or Pine Palace. Got food green in front of me, had a doe and a fawn here, just had an awesome 10-point come through. Didn't get a great look at him, but I think he's too young. His body to me looked 3, maybe 4, but just a stud. Awesome 10 points. So, excellent movement this morning on trail cameras. It's pretty warm and windy. It's going to drop 20 degrees tomorrow. So I'm on this food plot hoping that these bucks are checking the does just like this guy just did. So I've only been in here maybe 30-40 minutes. Have deer on the plot the whole time. So hopefully that 10-point comes back through so I can get a better video of him. Don't think he's a shooter, but man, he is pretty. Really exciting. So tomorrow morning, dropping 20 degrees should be outstanding. So we'll see what the rest of the night brings. We're here for kickstand or any other big mature buck. Maybe 30 minutes of shooting light, and I have just been covered up in deer all night. Had that 10-point come back, and had him come into 10 yards. Man, that deer is awesome. What a stud. I think he's only 3, so he gets a pass for 1, probably 2 years, but man, that is awesome to see. And then that 8-point, he was a 3 or 4-year-old. There's a little bit of a water hole here because we had heavy rains the last 2 days and they all stopped there, so that's good news. It gives me time for a shot, hopefully. So we got maybe 30 more minutes, and we'll see if a big mature buck can't come out yet. But what an exciting evening, and did exactly what we hoped back in the summer when we opened up this food plot. So they're coming out of bedding, and the bucks are checking the does here. So really cool. That's probably going to wrap it up for me. There's still maybe 5-10 minutes left, but I just had 3 bucks come right out below me. 2 of them were younger deer, 2 3-year-old deer, but one was a big-bodied, mature deer. He's broken up a little bit, just not the size I'm looking for, but mature buck on its feet. Had him at 10 yards, and he kind of postured up in those little bucks. Oh, here he comes back. He just came back during the interview, but after looking at him, getting a better look, I thought he was older than he probably is. He's at least 4 for sure. But he's got his right side's real nice, or his left side, and then he's got a broken G3, and His G2 is pretty small. It's like so definitely not a shooter, but at least a 4-year-old deer, if not older. So, man, awesome evening. It's dropping 20 degrees tonight. Tomorrow should be rocking.
Welcome Midwest Whitetail Heartland Show. And Jim Ferguson and Matt Melville and I are set up here in a new set we hung up this year, and our plot actually turned out pretty good here. We got big and beastie and oats in this plot, and just had an awesome encounter a little while ago. Of course, just before camera light, but one of our shooters was at like 27, 28 yards. And it was one of those trying times where I could have shot, but we didn't have the camera light, so we just have to let it pass through and hope he comes back through. So, it's a crazy morning for October 28th. We're getting snow, sleet, and the wind's really laid down now, so pretty excited to see how the rest of this morning goes. But we had another little buck cruise through here. We're right in between a couple food plots that we have and then a small cornfield here to our west. So the bucks and deer are going to bed here to our west. We're hoping to entice this shooter back out here. We've got the rattling antlers with us and the grunt tube, so we've had some really memorable hunts here in this farm. There's several shooters around here, so it's about 7:30, and we're going to give it a couple hours with this cold front here. It's definitely, cold front is here, so excited to see what's going to happen here for us today. Well, it's about almost 9 o'clock, and activity slowed down, but we saw 3 bucks this morning. One of them was one of our shooters here on this farm. He went into this cornfield here. We saw the corn moving around in there for quite a while, probably in there feeding. So I can't remember the last time you see snow and sleet in October, but that's about all it's been doing this morning. It's going from rain to sleet, so our camera equipment's getting pretty wet. So we're probably going to slip out of here real soon, pull this card. We've got a camera right down here on this pinch point right down here where he went into, so hopefully we got some cool pictures of him, and we'll kind of regroup here. Matt and I are really going to start getting into the swing of things now. We're starting our vacation, and we got several different bucks that we're chasing, so I'm excited for the next couple weeks, and hopefully Matt and I can get on some good bucks.
Well, it's October 27th, and me and Gator are up here in northern Missouri. We had a huge cold front push through last night. It's actually still pushing through. It's a bit windy, but we were going to go back into one of our food plot stands back in the woods. But it's so windy, we think that tree's just a little too small, so we opted to come out here on our bean field out here. And we got a huge oak tree we're sitting in, so it's a little more stout. Buck here and there out here, Rufus and 50 Cent. They haven't made it up here in Chet, but I'm hoping it happens today. So we'll see what happens.
Which one's the biggest? Which one's the biggest?
Well, it's about 9 o'clock right now, and I think we're going to go ahead and climb down and check the cameras. This wind's picking up pretty hard. It seems like we're getting 30, 40 mile an hour gusts. But it was a pretty good morning considering the circumstances. I mean, it's really windy, but we ended up seeing 3 bucks chasing a doe, so we didn't get skunked. But we're going to go ahead and climb down and go ahead and get something to eat, come out and check cameras, and decide where we're going to sit tonight.
future superstar right there. I think he's just a 3-year-old, but big 6x5. Just a wall of tines coming through. Zach and I are just getting set up here. It's October 27th. We had a big cold front blow through yesterday, dropped the temperatures. So we come up this morning. Zach hunted this morning just up on top of the hill, and we saw bucks chasing does down here. We saw a buck working a scrape. We're set up in a kind of a brushy tree row right here in between some alfalfa and some standing corn right over here. Got a big wood block right up here to our northeast, and we know they bed up in there, and we were anticipating these bucks cruising this big tree row in between this cornfield and this alfalfa. A bunch of scrapes down it. So far it seems to be working out pretty good. That was a stud. Like I say, we're just getting started. It's still early, so we're gonna get settled in. Hopefully the action continues tonight. About 15 or 20 minutes left here. It's starting to get kind of dark. We've only seen the one deer tonight, kind of surprising, but this is the first time we hunted this stand. I think I'm going to come right back here in the morning. Zach's got to go home and take his son hunting for youth season in the morning. I'm going to stay up here for a couple more days. So we had a pretty good day today. We've seen, I think, 5 bucks, a couple mature bucks actually up on our feet in the afternoon. Good 3-year-old we passed tonight, so pretty exciting. Bucks are up on their feet. It's supposed to be cold again tomorrow, so I'm going to come right back in here, and hopefully we can catch one of these big boys up on their feet tomorrow.
Hello and welcome to Midwest Whitetail, the Heartland. Today is October 29th, and we're set up here on a farm that we're looking for the deer I call Fighting Irish. He's a wide 8 to 8 pointer. And the other morning, Thad was coming to work, and he spotted him. He thinks in this lower bean field, which is off to our east. We're surrounded by beans to the south and to the east of us. We're on, there's big ridges to the south of us, and it's a big creek bottom here. But pretty optimistic on this spot because it's all open. You're able to see quite a ways, so we'll be able to see them coming in. But there's also a lot of cover to the west here, so hopefully we can get one of these big mature bucks up on their feet looking for that first doe coming in esters. Temperatures today right now are in the upper 20s. We had a pretty good frost overnight, and we got a south wind that's going to take everything, all of our scent back out the way we came, so keeping our fingers crossed that we can get down in here. It's our first sit, and use that element of surprise on these bucks and see what will happen. Well, it's about 8:45 here. So far we've had a pretty good morning. We've had a couple, probably 1.5, 2.5-year-old deer. But the winds are kind of swirling down here in the bottom as Thad was over here videotaping this one buck that was chasing earlier this morning. He got onto our scent, I'd say, with the wind swirling. We're kind of in the bottom of these two ridge tops, and the wind comes down over top and it just swirls. So hopefully one of these mature deer will come from the south, and we can get them before they get to that swirling wind. So we'll probably sit in here for another hour and then be getting out so we can get our going to church and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens here. Well, it's about 9:30 here. Movement was really good this morning, and had a bunch of does running around us. And I'm not too sure if it was bucks, young bucks chasing them, or the coyotes that we've been having around us all morning. But we were going to try to get one of these coyotes earlier, but 3 of them come in, and I was going after the bigger one. When I turned to go, the 2 to the west of us spotted us, and they took off. So that's going to put a wrap on our morning hunt here. It's supposed to be cool all day today with the southwest wind. We'll be back up in the stand later on this afternoon with Thad. So hopefully we can get you some action on some of his mature bucks. So stay tuned.
Well, we got all settled up in the tree here, and those guys that hang and hunt every day, I don't envy you. It always takes a little bit longer than I anticipate. I think we started about 3, and it's a little bit after 4 right now. So, I don't know. Anyway, it should be a pretty good night. I think it's right around 50 degrees probably. We got a southwest wind about 10 mile an hour right now. So it sets up real good for this stand. It just blows it straight northeast that way. And like I said earlier, the deer we're in here hunting is the white 8. Been hunting him about 3 years, and we haven't been able to lay our eyes on him other than one time, and that's when we was getting dressed to come sit in this stand. And other than that, he's just kind of been a ghost, but we got high hopes this year that we can catch up with him. I've got a lot of trail camera pictures of him on this field edge out there, and over the summer and fall. So he's still in the area, so hopefully he'll be out searching for that doe, chasing, and come right past here. That's what we're hoping for anyway. So we're gonna sit back. Like I said, it's about 4:15, so we got a couple hours of good light left anyway. So we're gonna sit back, relax, and let things settle down a little bit, see what happens. Well, it's about 5:20. I thought I'd give you a quick update here. We've probably been sitting in the stand now a little over an hour, and we've had 2, probably a 2-year-old buck and a 1.5-year-old buck come through so far. So the deer are up and moving. We just need the big boys to be rolling through here. We're starting to get a little bit of light rain moving through, so I don't know what that'll do. But anyway, we're gonna sit here and enjoy the evening. Well, it's about 6:15. We probably have, next sunset was 6:10, so we have about 25 minutes left. Probably gonna be a little bit less than that back in the timber here with the camera, but Brad and I will be going on vacation next weekend, and then we'll be off for and hunting for 9 days. So, should be a fun time. But if anything else comes about tonight, we'll bring it to you. But otherwise, this will be my closer. But if we don't see you again tonight, we'll see you definitely next weekend.